everyone's trying to be the next guy to make the play. What's that like out there? And because the clock is ticking too.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the biggest thing, that football is meant to be a fun sport. We're meant to go out there and make plays and have fun and really be brothers with each other. So, the only time you really make plays when you're having fun, and if you're not having fun, you're not making plays. So it really goes hand in hand, and we're just out there to just try to have fun and be brothers.
What does it mean to you to get the block, though? I mean, again, you hadn't been a starter. Your teammates thought highly of you to get that. Did that kind of make you feel like, okay, I could really be the leader on this team because they think I could be the leader on this team?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's ultimate honor and like gracefulness from my teammates. I mean, I try to hold myself to the highest standard, and I feel like they believe in me. And when I was honored with that, I was so thankful for them, and it made me think that I have to do even more now because there's such a high responsibility to have that block go, and it's not just about me, it's about the people who come before. So I just wanted to treat it right and honor the number.
Did family, friends hear about the president comment and comment to you about it?
Oh no, well, I think people have told my mom that a couple times. I just kind of let it brush by because I don't want to let it go to my head or anything. But I'm not the biggest on politics, so I'll save that time for a little bit later.
It may not be such a compliment.
Yeah, exactly.
Cody, people in DFW have been freaking out about the weather that's supposed to be coming.
Yeah.
You kind of laugh at it coming from Ohio.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think it is tough a little bit because maybe Texas isn't used to all the snow, but yeah, for us it's not really big of a deal. I mean, we finished our practice outside in the snow today, so we're not.
We all delayed because of weather.
I think so. I wasn't. I'm not sure. I think we de-iced the plane. I'm assuming so, but it's happened before. I mean, I'm not too worried.
How have you guys handled this extended schedule? Do you feel a grind at all, or are you just so jacked up?
I mean, I think there's always some fatigue that comes into play, and that's the test of the maturity of your team. Things obviously, it's a long season, so we have to be prepared to go as hard as we can and attack each day with the same intensity as you did week one. So that's always the biggest challenge, and everybody's fighting. Everyone that's still in the playoffs is still fighting it. So for us, it's just trying to attack that every day.
I think it's everybody's.
Back to the idea of the portal and all that. Have any of the younger guys approached you and asked you, hey, you stayed, why should I stay? Have you had conversations with guys like that?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't name names, but I've had conversations. I mean, everyone's situation is different. I mean, I can't sit here and say I'm the perfect guy because I stayed and made that decision. But I hope that guys understand that sometimes the grass isn't always as greener, and while there's always great stories, there's always some people you don't really hear about who aren't as successful. So I mean, it's really just talking with your family, talking with the people you're closest with, and making the decision you feel like is right. I mean, I'm not going to tell anyone to stay or go because it's their own life. And
if somebody said, "Why should I stay?" What would you tell them?
Had that conversation? That would be specific to certain people, but I mean, I just for me, I love Columbus. I love the people here, or I love the coaches. I mean, people do come and go, but I mean, I think everyone does have the right want and heart, and like they truly care about the players here, and I think sometimes it doesn't always work out as people want it to, and they try to find something else. But I'm not the one to say it.
And what do you appreciate most about Coach Lawrence?
I mean, he expects the best from you, but always loves you up to allow you to compete the best. It's kind of complicated, but like he wants us to make plays, and the only way he does that is by being hard on us. And I think sometimes it might get old, but when it's game day, all that hard coaching comes out as big plays. And so I'm just thankful that he is the way he is, because I mean he's one of the best coaches I've ever been around.
Are you guys as a group thriving on his approach like that?
Yeah, I mean he wants us to play free. I mean that's the biggest thing. So when it's game day, he wants us to cut it loose and not have to worry about making the mistake. He wants us to worry about making the big play. Because and he says it every game, but like all the mistakes during the game are on him. So just everything you do good, that's on you. You make a big play, that's your big play.
When did you graduate?
I graduated last December.
Last December.
Yeah.
Okay. What? So the Masters right now?
Not doing a master's. I wanted to use this time to focus on football, and then so I'm taking classes, and then I may come back later and do some master stuff. But
third playoff game, how do you attack having more intensity for each game?
you know, that's the biggest challenge. I think it's finding the battle of fatigue throughout the entire playoffs, the long season. I think our biggest thing is recognizing that and knowing that we have to put even more emphasis into being intentional in practice. And you know, it's tough. I mean, it's not easy. It's a long season, but you know, I think our guys are determined, and we want to go out there and play our best game.
Cody, I asked Emeka earlier about this senior class, kind of the mindset going into these playoff games, just knowing, you know, it could be the last. How does that kind of help your, I guess, mindset going into these games, knowing this could be the last game with these brothers, and that maybe is a motivator for you guys?
Yeah, no, I think that's the biggest thing about our team right now is we're just fighting to get another opportunity to play with each other. I mean, like, it could be our last one, but I mean, if we do everything we need to do, we'll get another one. And so that's our biggest motivator right now. We want to stay together. We don't want to end this run right now. So that's the biggest thing. I think.
Makes this senior class so special that you want to keep this unit together?
Yeah, I think this might be the biggest example of selflessness I've ever been a part of. You know, so many guys have came back here and had opportunities to go first round, second round in the NFL draft, and you know, they came back because we all wanted to play a year together. So, I mean, I just commend all those guys who made that decision and all the guys who came in who were outside of our program because, you know, it takes a lot to get this all to work together. And so, you know, I'm just thankful for them.
You were a leader from the start of the season. Lately, you've become a star. Do you feel that way? I mean, do you feel like you've raised the level of your play?
I mean, I think I just my biggest goal is worried about execution. You know, I think I've been playing well, but, you know, I've still yet to play my best game, and I think as a team we still yet to play our best game too. So we need to make sure we're always focused on doing our job and just executing at the highest level.
How comfortable do you feel as a blitzer right now?
I mean, yeah, I think again I feel comfortable, but our coaches they put great schemes up and they allow us to find weaknesses in the O-line and really exploit them. And you know, I think they dial up a lot of great stuff. So I just trust what they do and try to do as best as I can.
Cody, what have you made Bardell recent season, and what area has he improved on the most in your opinion?
Oh, I think his confidence in his play speed has gotten a lot better. And it's tough. I mean, our defense is a little bit complex, so for him to come in as a young player and be able to adapt, and you know, our coaches are really trusting him now. So for him to play the time he does, I mean, he's doing really well.
How much has he grown in your eyes since the first time you saw him?
I mean, a lot. I mean, I don't think they fully trusted him with the full playbook last year. So coming into his own now, and he's doing really well. He adapts really well.
Cody, you mentioned finishing practice outside today. Did you guys? You didn't actually practice,
No,
is it
yeah.
right? You just kind of went out at the end.
Yeah, we're not at the end. We do our normal Thursday routine stuff, but I mean, even opening the doors, you're like, the snow is out there. I mean, it's coming down in Columbus, so. You know.
You guys have been playing a lot more aggressive. You talked earlier about the blitzing. Is that, you know, you've had a lot of success. Is that more fun? Do you like being in a defense that's maybe playing a little more aggressively than you may have in the past?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely allows for bigger plays and more, I guess, splash plays you call it. But I mean, I trust what Coach Knowles thinks. You know, I want to be a robot, but you know, I think he puts together a great game plan no matter what week it is, and you know, whatever he sees, I'm going to try to see exactly what he sees and do it the best I can. So, you know, I have full trust in him and all of our coaches. So, you know, whatever they see, I'm gonna try to do it to my best ability.
You guys have played a bunch of teams this year that have used the tight end pretty heavily. Tyler Warren, obviously, Terrence Ferguson against Oregon, Gunnar Helm for Texas. It seems like he's a pretty big part of their pass offense. What do you see out of him on film, and what kind of challenge is he going to be for you guys in coverage?
Yeah, no, he's a really talented receiver. I mean, he's probably one of the better ones just like you've explained, we've seen all year. So, I mean, we're gonna have a big focus on him and make sure that we can limit him as well as all the other receivers too. I mean, they have a good offense, so it's gonna be a big challenge for us, but we're ready for it, and we're excited to go out here and play our best game.
They're a little bit unique in that they have two running backs who kind of have similar numbers to what Trey and Quinshawn have. Yeah. What kind of a challenge is that when you have two different backs who are maybe a little bit different players, but also they can kind of keep each other fresh throughout the course of the game?
Yeah, no, I mean it's tough. I mean they're really talented, and you know it's been an emphasis for us to be able to limit their big plays, and we know that they can hit big home run plays. So for us, I mean, we just want to play our job. It really comes down to executing and do our job because You know, every play has X's and O's that can line up perfectly, but if you can defeat your block or win your one-on-one, you can make a play.
Thanks, Cody.
No problem.